So first of all, I'd just like to say thanks, especially to all of our partners. As far as the police department, we have our partners from Sierra Madre Fire Department that are here, and we have partnerships throughout Los Angeles County and the state of California. Uh, Pasadena Fire Department obviously is very involved with making sure that we work with our Public Works Department to clear brush in and around the city of Pasadena. But we'd also like to thank our many residents. There's about 4,000 inspections that our fire department does each and every year, and our residents do an awesome job clearing the brush around their homes. And that's the part where they get ready to prepare for the wildfire season that we have before us. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, this is a year that is going to be worse than any other, is what the projections are telling us. We have crews that have done flights over our area, and they have seen a higher amount of grass, a higher amount of vegetation, and a lot of growth throughout the community, not just in the city of Pasadena, but throughout LA area. So what our firefighters have been doing is preparing themselves daily. They're doing a vast amount of training. They're taking many courses and classes. They're having discussions amongst their crews. They're having discussions with our regional partners, and they're getting various certifications so that they can be subject matter experts as it comes to not only fighting fire, but teaching others how they can prepare and what they can do when they have to respond to a wildfire. I'd like to give thanks also to our elected officials and our city management team and the various departments that we work with in the city of Pasadena, just to make sure that we're able to address the areas where we need to most. And I know we have some of our district liaisons here today. We work very closely with our council member offices to make sure that we're addressing the needs in Pasadena and throughout the community. I'd also like to thank our governor and the state elected officials. They're pouring in a lot of resources in regard to funding, just to make sure that firefighters throughout the state have what they need to deal with this very challenging brush season that we're expecting. But what we're doing, even in the midst of what could potentially be the worst season that we'll ever see, is we're doing things like spraying Phos-Chek throughout some of the very high hazard areas in and around, especially the Rose Bowl and the Lower Arroyo. This is because we're going to have a very large 4th of July party here. And so we're certainly encouraging and asking anyone who wants to see fireworks that they come right here to the city of Pasadena and view the Rose Bowl, the fireworks show here. That's going to be very large, and it's going to be something that you wouldn't want to miss, and something that people have been coming back to see for decades. This is where you need to be to have a safe 4th of July. Fireworks are not allowed in the city of Pasadena. And so this is something that we've been talking about again for many years. You're going to hear about it more today. And it's something that is prohibited in the city of Pasadena. Any type of fireworks, from sparklers to firecrackers, anything that you light and goes off is not allowed in the city of Pasadena. And I can tell you, I'd just like to give thanks to our law and enforcement in the fire department and in the police department, because as a resident of the city of Pasadena, I've even noticed that the fireworks are decreased at this time. I'm not hearing fireworks as much as I did last year around the same time, and that goes to the work that they're doing. It goes to the people in the community that are telling us where fireworks are going off, and it goes to the people in the community that are giving us their fireworks and choosing not to set off fireworks in the city of Pasadena. So we thank you very, very much for those efforts. So with that, I'd like to bring up just briefly our Deputy Fire Marshal, who's one of our battalion chiefs, just to give you a little bit more of the specifics of what we're doing in the Pasadena Fire Department.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, Wendell Eaton, WendellEaton, Deputy Fire Marshal. In cooperation with a lot of the brush clearance that we're doing in our community, again, we have over 4,000 properties, and thankfully we've had about 99% of the properties we've inspected comply with our vegetation management ordinances. But in support of that effort, we're going to spray Phos-Chek today. Phos-Chek is a fire retardant. It's non-toxic. It's actually a food additive in some preparations, and it's also clear. You may have seen Phos-Chek in the past when you see the aerial drops on these large brush fires, and that has an additive, a phosphate, that or oxide that colors it red, and that's so the planes can actually see where they're dropping and they can continue to follow along a certain path. But today's Phos-Chek that we're spraying is clear, and we're going to go to areas on the hillside on the west side of the city that we've identified as high risk, and we're going to spray the brush and support that brush clearance effort. We have approximately 8 tons of Phos-Chek that we mix with water, and the water tender that you see behind me sprays approximately 60 gallons a minute for this effort and a 2,000 gallon tank. So roughly it's going to go out for about a half an hour, spray the material, and come back and refill. And this will be an ongoing process for about 8 to 10 hours or until we run out of product. We also have a smaller vehicle that will help to spray the same product, the same concentration, in tighter areas where that larger vehicle has difficulty accessing. With that, I'd like to introduce Police Chief John Perez.
Thank you, sir. So good morning to everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is John Perez, Chief of Police of the Pasadena PD. And we appreciate everybody being here today. So as we begin our celebration of our country's independence, we take time to reflect on our freedoms. There's a lot more to it than just that. We stand here today in partnership with our community, with our public safety partners, and everybody who is going to any event anywhere in public to really know about their responsibility. It's important for us to remind everybody to enjoy the holiday, but to stay safe and avoid the use of personal fireworks. Fireworks are illegal in many places like Pasadena, where we hold tenants and homeowners responsible for using fireworks, or those that may use it that they're responsible for. And we depend on our police and firefighters teaming up together to enforce our zero tolerance and our enforcement policies. So let's avoid serious injuries this year and reduce the chances of fires starting anywhere in our communities. Instead, the Pasadena Police Department highly recommends everybody celebrating in backyard barbecues, neighborhood parades, to get out of your house and be out there and build a community. And it's important for us that we attend organized fireworks show in our communities, much like we see here at the Rose Bowl. The 93rd AmeriFest here is one of the best fireworks shows in the entire country. There's music, there's live entertainment, and it's something that everybody should really get out of their house to enjoy at night. So that's what we recommend for everybody to do. So as I end this, we need the public's willingness and their partnership to ensure everybody's safety. So let's remember to take care of one another and build community around our celebration. Let's all be careful, be safe, and be a model to everybody around us, including our young people. And with that, I hope to see everybody over at the Rose Bowl, enjoying the music, the fireworks show, and everything else it offers on the 4th of July. Thank you so much.